Well, if all goes according to plan with my little mini project, if you will, this video will be released on Christmas Day, and I would like to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a fine Happy Holidays to your cute little squishy butts that are listening right now. Seems like last year when I just rambled away to you guys. That was the very word I used actually. It was very enjoyable for you guys because you kind of realized that no, I'm not a content machine, and yes, I actually do have a personality and heart. I need to breathe, I'm aware. I don't know if I should do soft spoken. I mean, technically this is soft spoken if I'm all bright in your ear because I have a 3D so I can click left and right. I'm goofing, yeah. I probably wouldn't really listen to this one to sleep, but this is my warning. If you put me low enough, I'm sure we'll get somewhere. Where was I? For real, though, thanks for spending some time with me this holiday season. That was officially my last project of DTL. And by project, I mean some type of event, such as Monstober, or the year previous, which was dubbed Spooktober. You're currently listening to 12 Days of Tingles, plus this is technically a bonus audio. Things can finally slow down for me. When I first came to the content creator scene, I was in debt by a considerable amount. I worked minimum wage and unskilled jobs because I'm an unskilled worker. There's no other way to say it. If I had to pay that off organically and support myself, like be a minimum wage at the same time, I would probably still be living with my family. Not anymore though. Thanks to those who listen, that like, share, support. You know the drill when it comes to content creators. They go, oh, thank you. But it's true. I say this every time when I do genuinely come out with it. It is true. The reason why I don't spam your Twitter feed every day with thank yous is because I know you follow other content creators. Imagine if we were all saying the same stuff. Oh, thank you. You become desensitized to it because you don't realize the importance of you listening right now. You do not understand, so I'm going to try and translate that for you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to take this. No, I don't have to take it seriously. This is my audio. You guys are just coming along for the ride. This is for me. All the other videos on this channel is for you. This one, me. Okay. Shut up. Where was I? Seriously though, I couldn't have done it without you guys. I kept pumping out a lot of content, and I really have pushed myself for these 2+ years. DTL is 2 in like 6 months, if I can do the maths correct. It'll be my 3rd year officially as DTL, if I can count right. However, as I churned out content with these projects, specifically these projects, I was sacrificing my health. Now, I'm sure you don't really give a shit, in the nicest way. A lot of people don't give a shit about the content creator, they're just happy the content comes out, and I'm not saying that you don't care, but there's definitely a lot of listeners who are like, content, thanks, bye. Where it's like, hey, a bit of sympathy, a grain of sympathy just for me. But yes, my health has been better, but that's because I let myself run away with these projects and what I've done. I'm finito now. I'll have consistent content now with dates or releases and never pushing myself too hard. The goal now really is to maximize health. Now, if you know me from the Discord, you know I'm not the healthiest being around. There's a lot of things I can do to get better to achieve this, but I'm hoping that 2022 will be an adventure in itself for all of us. But yes, that was the most... I can't really formulate like sentence structures to make things make sense when it comes to topics. So I'm gonna be jumping back and forth to loads of points that don't make sense, but that's okay, because I'm just trying my best. Well, why don't I sum up some stuff that I, DTL, have been through in 2021, and you can hopefully get a giggle out of it. If not, then maybe it's mildly interesting. Oh, maybe this will put people to sleep because it's so boring. Okay, first topic, and this is the highlight of the year because I don't do anything. I got 2 piercings, ooh, in a very sensitive spot. And all I can say is, ouch. Very sore. 2 ouches, but I'm very confident with my booba now. If you didn't know, I got my chesticles pierced because I have a very small chest. There's really no other way to say it. I'm flat as a fucking board. So I got that done and it was sore. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, I'd go through it in a heartbeat. I'm very bad with pain. I'm fully aware of that. But yeah, I've been getting more into the like goth aesthetic. Like, dare I claim that I like it? Like the dark clothes, the dark hair, the makeup and all. So I got the fascination. I had this fascination with piercings for 2 months. These piercings, I was like looking at photos, I was consuming content with them, and I was like, I want it. I was becoming obsessed, I tell you. And I think I just did it. And I went to the place. Sorry, I'm thinking, get to the point. So I went to the place and I'm shaking like a leaf. I'm like, and I got a lady piercer, but if I got a man, I wouldn't have fazed me because a man piercer is just that, a man. I don't want to add any prejudice because a job's a job, and the store I went to was super well established. So basically, if you want a piercing, you should go in, you can book in advance or you can walk in. I booked in advance so she knew what was up. And then I wanted the black bars, but it wasn't available because of the metal they use. It was really weird and I didn't quite understand it, but it has to be a special kind, or I believe the piercing rejection, and it will mess you up. Like, it messes your skin up. It won't heal properly if you like try and force the heal with the metal. And she like took them away and she like zapped them with a machine or something. It was really cool. I was like, dang, she really said like women in STEM, let's go. But yeah, so I officially have dark purple bars. I look like Raven. Like, that's the only point of reference, like Raven from Teen Titans, for the purple that I have. Don't know why I'm describing that. Anywho, so I get put into the room with her, and I asked if my friend could come in, but she said no because of the cold that's going around, so I completely understood. She talked to me and explained the procedure, so I lie on my back. I was making small talk, explaining I did my research, like it takes up to 6 to 24 months to heal this kind of piercing. And that's just how it is, unfortunately. But I knew what I was signing up for when I got started, so she was saying that she doesn't pause, like she does one and then she does the other right after, like as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, you're wasting adrenaline by the second type thing. And she says, take a deep breath, then exhale, and I do it. I spat so hard inside my mask because I didn't expect the pain. Because it was like, take a deep breath. I was like, and me expecting to just go, like when she did it, but obviously we quite sore. And then I like spat at my mask. I was like, when she didn't, I like burst out laughing after, and I was like, oh my god, that was painful. I was so sorry. And then she goes to the other side of me, does the left, and my body involuntarily kicks forward. I practically almost like, I don't know how to explain it. I was lying flat on the thing, and then my body just turns into a V, but then my left leg goes extra backwards to like almost kick her, and I was like, what is going on? So I apologized profusely. I was like apologizing. I cannot explain to you what happened because I've never had a bodily reaction like that before. I'm guessing purely on the basis it would hit a very strong nerve because my left one bled a little afterwards, whereas my right one only didn't really bleed that much in comparison. So then, like, I stood up a little bit after, and she was, like, applying these patches on top to, like, make sure they're covered, because the tenderness is quite immediate. It's, like, a light throbbing type thing going on, and she was bragging. She was like, "Oh, no one's ever fainted when I've done them. Like, no one's fainted when I pierced them." So I'm, like, standing up in the mirror. I'm, like, admiring them before she puts the patches on, and then like a wave of dizziness, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to sit down. I just feel a bit strange all of a sudden. And she's like, don't apologize, take a minute, sit down. And then she ran out the room and grabbed my soda. I left my soda in the reception. I was sipping Fanta because I ate food before, and then I drink my soda to, like, make sure my sugar was high, but, like, so she got me, and I was just sipping it. It was so good. I was like, sip, 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 sip. The nectar of the gods was coming out of that plastic bottle, like. But honestly, she was far too nice. Like, she went above and beyond. I was fine. I didn't pass out. I just got lightheaded. And she basically explained it. If you can hear me scratch my hair, it's because I'm playing with me. She explained to me that it was like a late bodily reaction. Like, once it seems like the thread is gone, then the body just is like, hey, you have to deal with this now. And that's why I got so lightheaded. It was really weird, but I really enjoyed it. Anyway, she was being so professional, explaining the procedure, the aftercare, and helping me out. And dang well I tipped her good. You gotta tip your services, people. So now I think I'm like a solid 4 months into healing. How much time did I just dedicate this to my booba? Yeah, they're still healing. I need some sunlight to help the healing process, but obviously the sunlight's all gone during this time because although the sun's out, it's not really that strong, so I don't really have much of a choice with that. But yes, that is one story. My second story. I really do not live an interesting life, but however, this meant everything to me. So another event that happened this year is me being messaged by an e-boy. No, but not just any e-boy. His name is DeFran, and he is a well-known. He was a top tracer in Top Soldier 76 on Overwatch and EU. And I wake up on Plopster, I check my DMs, and there he is. And I'm like, what? I get to, like, see the goods or something? Like, no, he's not. He doesn't want to trade. Oh, terrible. I'm so sorry. I'm laughing. So I'm sitting like, what's going on here? And he asked me for some voice lines and I'm to use for a soundboard, and I'm like, of course I'm down for that. DeFran doesn't actually know that I am a voice actress. He only knows me for being a thought, basically, because I tweeted him ages ago. So I was like, oh yeah. So I asked what lines that he wanted, but he didn't respond for a while, and I know he's a busy man, so I just went away and did it all myself. I'll link in the description the clips where I am showcased. I have never had so much fun in watching a VOD and hearing my voice and people getting mad at the soundboard of me. Just loved every moment of it. It might even make you giggle as well, so if you like me, go watch it. It's funny, and it's like, it's blunt humor? No, what's humor when it's like in your face and you're like, whoa, WTF? I don't know. But yeah, he managed to troll people in competitive Overwatch to think I was being rude or like cracking jokes. It was very entertaining, so I do thank DeFran for asking me out of everyone. Ridiculous. I don't know why he came to me out of everyone he could have got, but anyway, a blast. Thank you, DeFran. And next Christmas will be in Aussie land. In summer, the Christmas will be, because their seasons are different to ours because Southern Hemisphere. When I say to you December, January, you think to yourself, these are the cold months, right? Not when you're an Aussie boy. Soon, when I say summer, I will refer to December, January, February. It's kind of crazy, right? Hard to wrap my head around because there will be no snow or open fire. Or, well, technically the open fire at Christmas time will be the barbecue instead. Like, that's a weird concept I'm gonna wrap around my noggin, but yeah, it's quite exciting, isn't it not? For me anyway, maybe you're just like, yeah, whatever. But yes, I'm very interested. And then I thought I would speak about my collabs with so many VAs. So I had the opportunity this year alone to collab with over 42 VAs slash ASMR artists, depending on how they want to call themselves, because there's kind of a difference. A lot of people were curious about the process and why I'm able to do so many compared to other people. The reason why I'm so successful with collabs is because I'm the one who initiates them. And what I mean, my voice is starting to go, I'm talking so much. What I do is I have a script in mind and contact the person I'm interested in. I'm going to read out a generic message that kind of gets to the point. So if you were a VA, this is how I would approach you. If I wanted to collab with you, I'd say, "Hi, it's DTL. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to ask you if you're interested in a quick wholesome collab with me." I would write the script, edit, do all the sound effects. I would literally just need your voice for it, and I'll get the artwork too, and it will go up on Dude That's Wholesome. If you don't have the time, that's perfectly okay. If now isn't the time, it's okay to say no. Please do not feel forced to collab with me. Can you see why I'm so successful with yeses? Actually, I have been rejected a few times, but my ego can take it. But yes, I do all the work. Now, I'm not shading anyone here when I say this, so don't get it twisted, but if you tweet out like, "Oh, who wants to collab?" and it gets like a few likes and gets a few DMs, and that's fantastic, that works for you. But for me, that's not showing you specifically want one person and you want to make like a unique story with them. You're not bothered for that. Because like when I go forward, like what's an example? Like when I collab with Baby Pink, I've done it a handful of times. I've done it with Bari, like I approach them or we come together and we pick. Like I do themes that are appropriate for the character. Like I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry, my brain's kind of. So yeah, basically I control everything in the collab, which sounds like, oh, you're such a control freak. No, it means that videos actually get produced and made and come up. Because I made the Goodnight Listener, that took months in the making to become a thing. It took months, purely because of artwork issues. But I learned from that, so then when I attempted the SCP collab with 8 other girls, originally it was 11 other girls, but a few were unable to deliver the lines, some backed out, so I had to unfortunately cover the lines with my terrible French accent. I do try my best, but oh my... The reason why like they got cut out is because I had to set a deadline. I had to say, hey, you're gonna have to give me these lines. They are not a lot of lines. When I collab with someone, I purposely take on the majority of the lines. Or if it's a bigger collab, you most likely are not talking for very long. In the nicest way, you probably got 2 minutes of lines. And if someone is unavailable to give me that line, then that's just how it is. There's absolutely no ill intention, ill will, and anything negative. It's just, okay, you simply couldn't do it. I'm just gonna fill it out for you. And that's exactly what happened. That's kind of like when I do a one-on-one collab. If you don't want me to ruin the method, if you will, I will always have more words than the person who is joining me. You might not notice it because of the way I like to do my ASMR collabs, because it's kind of, I take a paragraph, they take a paragraph, talking at the same time. Like, you know, if you have like someone talking in this ear and then you come over and they talk in this ear, if you constantly have sentences off of each other, like one sentence, one sentence, one sentence, one sentence, I would be editing a ridiculous amount. It's overwhelming. But yeah, I think it works really well. Like, I'm really happy to say, like, I've been able to show off a lot of content creators on my channel, and I still will continue to do so. You have not seen all 42 girls I've already confirmed collabs with. There is more coming. Please do not think this is the end. In fact, we've only just got started. So I'm super, super, super excited to keep going. I wrote some notes. I don't know if I think I mentioned it all. Yeah, I already have 2 collabs confirmed next year. I'm gonna try and get collabs with people I haven't done one-on-ones with before. So I might have previously covered someone in a mega collab. I might want to bring them back for a one-on-one and we can make a story together, because I like to do stories that reflect the character. Like, for example, Baby Pink and I have a tomboy audio coming out soon. Oh my god, spoilers! I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a spanking for ruining it, but yes, it's coming out soon, or possibly it's already out now. I don't know when Baby Pink wants it out. She's dictating this one. I'm more than happy to let her take over. I don't know what my point in mentioning any of that was, but we're here. Anywho, yeah. So my note says going to try and get more variation on the channel, but doing collabs. I like the idea of showing off other content creators. Yes, I do, and having a unique story between us. Yes, because having a role play, you can bounce off someone else. So when I'm talking to you in my role plays, you are a silent listener. You do not talk to me. Now, I can occasionally make you say something, insinuate that you said something to me, and I'm like, so say I'll be like, oh my god, how are you today? And then I go, whoa, what was that attitude for? You're gonna know that your character might have said something rude to me, so that's more like the roleplay aspect. But you don't physically talk to me, like, whereas if I have Pink with me or have Vari with me, we can be talking back and forth. I could be like, oh, Pink, that's such a good tingle. Oh, Vari, that's a magnificent tingle. You know what I mean? It brings more, because it's really hard to do like your own voices. I attempted. Oh, this is for the OG listeners. I did an audio where I played twin sisters, and I had a really high-pitched voice like this, and then I had my monotone voice like this in the collab. But because I'm naturally monotone in general, this is why I favor tomboy, this is why I favor goth girlfriend, because I'm naturally monotone. I know it's such a shockaroonie, but I am, and I also think it helps put your butts to sleep, so you're welcome for me having such a boring voice. But what was I saying? That's why I prefer these kind of role plays, and you're gonna start seeing them a bit more, because if I came out with like your younger sister, like, I don't sound like that. I don't sound like, oh my god, hi brother, I'm so excited to see you today. I don't do that anymore because my voice is down here, and I'm not really hyper all the time. Like, maybe, I mean, I can get hyper when I play video games, but when you're trying to put someone to sleep, I can't be like, oh, the Bastion's won. Like, it doesn't work like that. Anywho, that was the biggest ramble ever. That was a hoot and a holler. Okay, sorry. That thus ends the collab explanation. Oh, and how I collab. People send me their voice lines. I do all the tingles and the sound effects and this and that. I just get their voice lines, they send me it via online, and I edit it together. So no, we don't. Some people think that I go visit these VAs just to get these files, and no, we're not. I'm gonna be honest, we're not in the same room. We're not in the same microphones. Sometimes if I collab with someone who has a different microphone from me, it's slightly obvious, but you know what? We're having fun. Just enjoy it. Lower the volume if it's really annoying you that much. But yes, that's my collab. Maybe next year I should do questions if you guys have like greater questions. I don't know. Anyway, I also voiced in a not safe for work game. Last year I wrote a spicy game. This year I voiced a spicy game. I did kind of write it, but I was falling apart, so Hot Pink Games picked me up by my bootstraps, and they kind of finished it off because I didn't know what I was doing or trying to achieve, but they were really good. It was so, pardon me, it was so amazing to be a part of. Oh, I'm choking up. I'm just totally not burps. It was like amazing to be a part of. I'm not sure I'm in a rush to do any more projects for anyone else though. Like, that's probably it. The rest is just gonna go on my channel and Patreon and the other place. Because it's very hard to keep up with someone else's project, especially when I'm overstressed right now. This is the very last audio of December that I'm recording right now for you. My throat is spent. I have barely any mucus production to protect it, and it's starting to croak. Like, ghetto. So This is why it's hard to keep up with projects, because I have my own stuff going on. I do 10 audios a month. Now you might be like, that's not a lot. That's a lot of vocal strain. Bestie, that is a lot of vocal strain. My throat might not work like yours. Maybe you can, go off on one for 5 hours. I cannot. My throat is a thing. Yes. I handed over the lines. A couple of months rolled by. Hot Pink updated me and said, hey, the game's on its way. He was like showing me sneak peeks of the artwork, and that was really nice. It was really fun. I enjoyed that. So I started an accounting business, and it really was not something that was on the cards when I started 2021, but here I am now. I officially have more outfits and cosplays than I do actual clothes to wear outside. It's like a really good creative outlet. I feel like because I do these comic strips now, I'm such a nerd, but I think because I read a lot of manga and I read like Spider-Man when I grew up and all that, making the concepts for the comics are an absolute blast. I cannot tell you how much enjoyment I get from doing a draft version of it and getting it approved and edited. I love it. My little stories. I think because it's another creative thing that I can do beyond audio stories. It's good. And there's like a lot of nice people with it too. Like I think people have a preconception. It's just like people being rude or derogatory, but they're not. Like, you don't like someone, you just block them, because it's kind of the end of the story after that. For the most part, you do get harassment, but that's another thing. Like right now, I have someone teaching me facts about the largest organisms in the world. The largest organism in the world that's living is a mushroom right now, I think, if I remember correctly. Like, it's not as serious if you don't want it to be. Like, it's not that serious. The saying, it's not that serious, kind of not that serious, But then I also started attempting in real life ASMR, like showing myself, and oh my god, that is hard, okay? So what I do, or what I specialize in rabbit quotation marks, is called audio roleplay ASMR, or dubbed anime roleplay, or anime ASMR, like this kind of thing. I attempted in real life ASMR, and well, it went down quite well. However, this is a whole other different set of skills. Like, you see these people, like maybe they're in the recommended right now, you can just see their faces. They do this off the top of their head. I'm not creative like that. I need a script. And I need it now, because my brain does not work like that. I can't formulate sentences or think ahead in the plots and that. Like, I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's too hard. So yeah, I need to try it out more, because this is definitely a new skill that is formulating. This is not the same. What I'm doing right now, it's not even ASMR, it's just a ramble. But yeah, I do have to get better at it, because I really do enjoy it. It's just hard to milk a script out of my noodle. Wait, I don't think I can use those together, but whatever. It's ironic that I live in a dang studio apartment and I need a dang studio to help me record. I recently bought a ring light though, which technically makes it more professional, right? Kinda. Anyway. Is this my second last point? I think it is my second last point. Now this one, I've been goofing off. I've been telling you some funny, interesting things. Now this one's a little bit sadder, so you're not really up for that, then skip ahead a little bit. But basically, I would like to talk about what living on your own is like. So I've officially been moved out of living. More than a year I've been on my own, is what I'm trying to say. I won't lie and say it doesn't get lonely. I think people don't realize, like, a lot of people comment on the videos and like, oh, I'm so lonely, I wish I could get this, and it's like, well, I'm literally in the same boat as you. I'm a creator who makes content for lonely people that is lonely. it kind of sucks not having people around, but I'm happy and grateful that I get to spend my Christmas with my family this year. Like, I'm spoiled rotten, okay? Just some nights when it's cold and you lie in bed and you're like, yikes, I spent another day on the work grind, not talking to anyone, eating, and then sleeping. So, yeah, that's why 2022, I am gonna focus on my health first. I've sacrificed a lot just to be, getting that juicy, financially stable spot. I just have to maintain and keep it, and save for the future. And so it's a weird spot when you're in content creation. I'd struggle to get a real job. I hate that saying, and yet I just said it. If I got a job in the real world, because it'd be like, why is there a gap between these years? And they demand you have references and blah 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 and all that nonsense. You kind of give that up when you accept being a content creator, because when you become a full-time content creator, it's on you. There's no relying on anyone else. You gotta pump out the content. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like getting out of bed today, because guess what? You've got content to produce. And if you don't produce it, then, you're shot. If there's a weird balance that's scary when it comes to this kind, is because I personally don't feel like I can take a break properly. No, I can take a day off, but even then I'm probably doing something in the background, but you can't take a long... I feel, this is my opinion, I personally feel you cannot take a serious break with this line of content, because people will move on and find someone else and won't come back to you. So when you accept becoming a full-time content creator, this is how I feel. I have to keep going until I've had enough. So, sounds very dramatic, but it's kind of true though. Yes, I will keep going. I'm not giving up. Don't take this as DTL is finito soon. I'm having a blast. I really am. I do enjoy myself. In the moment, I'm frustrated. At the end of the day, I'm having a blast because I'm a productive little bean. But this topic. I am never doing commissions again. Understand? I had the utmost pleasure of attempting public commissions this year. Ha 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 ha. I am never doing that again. It drove me insane. I am so incredibly honored and flattered that you guys might be interested in a custom from me, and I'm grateful for that extra support. I cannot for the life of me explain how stressful, tiresome, and damaging for my voice it is. I do get messages asking if I do customs, and I'm very sorry to report the answer is no. The closest you can get is Patreon vote. It's a group vote where I pick the best ideas, or you can get a specific Patreon tier that's limited where you directly tell me what you want, but we have to agree on it and all that. And there's only one slot, so don't get your hopes up too much. But yeah, due to the copious amounts of stress I felt doing those customs, I accepted 41 or something like that. Congrats if you got one, shucks if you didn't, because I can't do that. If you were in the Discord in the time frame that I was doing all this stuff, you knew how bad it was. But yeah, I can't bring myself to do them again, but I will never say never. I would need a team behind me to make this a smooth transition, because the writing and the performing, if you want to call it that, I can do that, but when it comes to editing, it just kills me. But yeah, I am recording this right at the end of all previous audios. My throat is rolled and smoked. Don't believe this will be too relaxing, but it doesn't mean I didn't enjoy myself. I hope you did too. Sorry if it's a disorganized jump to one place to another. It's just how quirky I be, though. I'm just so quirky. I'll leave you with my favorite things this year, okay? And then maybe you can tell me yours if you'd like. A little cute relationship. You don't get that parasocial relationship. I'm trolling in 4K. Yeah. So My favorite game was Little Nightmares. My favorite movie was Spider-Man Homecoming. My favorite show was Arcane from League of Legends. Favorite song was Little Nas X Montero. Favorite YouTube video was Can You Beat Pokemon Platinum Without Taking Damage? Favorite ASMR video was Face Shaving Roleplay. And favorite saying is Life is short, you're capable.